time to get ready for the draft. It's our draft prep with Bucky Brooks. Bucky, we have to talk about one of the prospects here. Andrus Peat, the offensive tackle from Stanford. What do you like about him?
You know, he's a very solid player, like probably the purest left tackle in the draft. When you look at him, he's a guy that has nice feet, outstanding technique, does a great job playing well against elite competition. And even though you can pick apart some of his tape where he hasn't played well against lesser competitors, this is a guy last year against Anthony Barr, dominated when he played the top talents. This year, I think if you plug him in at left tackle, he's going to be solid for you. He's not going to give up a lot of sacks. More importantly, he's going to give you a little push on the run game, and he can anchor versus power. When I'm looking at left tackles, I want guys that have that capacity. He's a solid overall performer.
So he has all of that, but he also doesn't fit the traditional mold of an offensive tackle.
No, he doesn't fit the mold because when you look at his body type, he's built a little different. Real big lower body, fleshy down at the bottom. Also is not necessarily a gritty or a nasty competitor. You're used to seeing a guy with a different temperament, but because of that, it's hard to get excited about him. But when I watch the tape, he plays well, he competes hard, he does a great job of doing his assignment. He's just more of a position blocker than a mauler on the edge.
That build that you say that he has, can that affect his game at all?
It just looks different. You're not used to seeing guys like that. When you look at his lower body, big old booty, thick thighs, fat calves, he's just built differently. And so because of that, it's hard to get excited about him. But when you watch him perform, he does a great job of winning his matchups, and that's all you want at the end of the day.
Okay, how about a pro comparison, somebody who's in the NFL right now?
I'm going to go with DeBrickashaw Ferguson from the New York Jets. And the reason I'm going to pick DeBrickashaw Ferguson, he's not necessarily a nasty guy, but he's a guy that plays as a position blocker on the edge. Carries out his assignment, has been very steady and dependable throughout his career. You're talking about a guy that has started every game since he entered the league. If you can get that kind of performance from Andrus Peat, I believe you're excited about it. I believe they play the game in similar fashions. So because of that, offensive line coaches will favor him because he's a guy that you know what you're getting at the end of the day, and that's all you want when you're evaluating the position.
Okay, well, we have much more on Peat and all the prospects up right now. You can check it out at NFL.com/collegefootball. Joining us now is Bucky Brooks. We're getting set for the draft, and Benardrick McKinney, Bucky, he is a player with a lot of talent. So what's your scouting report on him right now?
This is an active inside linebacker with outstanding instincts and awareness. He is a thumper between the tackles. This guy makes a ton of plays against the run. He gives you the physical presence that you look for. Great communicator in terms of relaying calls. He is everything that defensive coordinators want and the guy that really controls the front. Because of that, I think a lot of teams will have interest because defensive coordinators love guys that can really bring the leadership and give you that presence between the tackles.
So of those teams, what team do you think could use him the most?
You know, I think teams that are in desperate need of a guy that can set the defense, the Green Bay Packers, the San Francisco 49ers, also the Chicago Bears, teams that are 3-4 defenses that want big, stout linebackers inside. Benardrick McKinney is a guy that is a nice fit, gives you that presence that you look for, controlling the run.
Okay, Bucky, how about a pro comparison so we can get to know him a little bit better?
You know, I think Gerard Mayo from the New England Patriots is a great comparison. Looking at Gerard Mayo throughout the years, this is a guy that has played inside linebacker in a 3-4. He can play the Mike in a 4-3. I see Benardrick McKinney in a similar vein. This is someone that is really scheme-friendly, has the ability to play on first and second down, is limited some on third down, but I think the toughness, the high football IQ, all of those things are attributes that you want on the field. Because of that, he's going to find a way to be very, very productive as a pro.
And he also has some value on special teams as well?
Yeah, he does have value in special teams. I think ideally he's a starting linebacker. He comes in, he contributes as that. But yeah, he certainly can play on your punt team. He can be stout, he can cover kicks, he can do all those things. As more and more NFL teams use starters, he's a guy that certainly can fit in every phase of the game.
All right, you can read more about McKinney and the rest of the draft prospects. Just go to NFL.com/collegefootball.
LA Soul and FC Gold Pride getting set to meet for the third time here in the 2009 WPS campaign. Cox slides over to slow the attack here for FC Gold Pride. In for Arakawa. Formiga, follow-up chance, and a save from LeBlanc. LA brings up some of their center backs to get on the end of the cross inside the area. Offer line is Barnhart, punches it clear, not out of danger yet. The follow-up chance in front, and it's 1-0 LA. How about number 7 for Camille Avali? She continues her hot pace.
Being in the right place at the right time. Avali seems to have a knack for that. Good little flurry in the box. Barnhart doesn't get it quite clear enough, and then that one's going to just slide right into that post. there was a nice job by Martina Franco of getting that ball back in play after the initial clearance by Barnhart.
Good recovery, though, from Stephanie Cox. Over the top here for Marta. Off to the races she goes. In behind, Carrie Dual chase. Marta looking for her fifth, and she's got it!
Every team needs a player that can track down a long ball like this in the front line, and no one has a better one than Los Angeles with Marta running onto this ball, and you could just see she settled herself, she knew exactly where she wanted to put it, and uses her left foot to get that far corner right inside the post.
Tino was running into the space on her right, couldn't get it through to her. Formiga one more time. Arakawa right at the penalty spot, lays it off. Sinclair, good save from LeBlanc, second chance, and she gets on it.
From one Canadian to another, a great strike by Sinclair. Hits it nice and hard, low on the ground, and Karina LeBlanc shows why she has 8 shutouts so far. She can step up and make that big save when she needs to.
His ability to get forward in those overlapping runs. Put back into play quickly here for Marta. They caught FC Gold Pride sleeping just a bit, looking for another one. Barnhart with the save, the follow-up chance, saved again. Wagner tries to come in and keep it alive, and there's Marta with a whipping shot off the left foot, but right at Nicole Barnhart.
And Marta almost gets one pass. It takes a quick little reaction save by Barnhart, and then the defender to come in and make a save on the follow-up.
Back into her area. Wagner, chance to hit it first time. She does. Backside, Honduan. Good save from Barnhart on the doorstep, and another save from Barnhart.
Wow, what an incredible effort in goal from Nicole Barnhart to stay with that and take a really hard follow-up shot there.
Jen, LA showing you why they are the class of this league right now.